Hey everyone, welcome back to Those Fake Nerds. I'm your host, Brian, and if you've been online the last week, I would say, you have inevitably seen a lot of Star Wars Battlefront 2 content for some reason. Well, off the back of Andor, which was just a really tremendous show on Disney Plus, probably the best Star Wars thing, movie, video game, TV show, Star Wars property in years, we have a lot of players wanting to play a Star Wars game, and where Star Wars Outlaws perhaps wasn't quite as good as many people hoped it was going to be, and Jedi Fallen Order has probably been beaten, and Jedi Survivor has probably been beaten. People are looking for a game that they can play a lot of. So they're looking for a multiplayer game. And they're going back to Battlefront 2, which is pretty insane given the fact that the Battlefield franchise under EA has really, really gone through the ringer. If you were online during the time when the first one launched, and even the second one to a degree, there's a lot of controversy surrounding loot boxes. That was the big thing at the time. Now we got battle passes, but back in the day, loot boxes, some of the better characters, weapons, gear in general were in loot boxes. People viewed the loot boxes as very predatory. They got sued, I believe, in the UK to take them out of the game, and eventually, EA moved on from those, but the game kind of died off after a little while anyways, and now it's back, and there's a lot of momentum, not only for people playing Battlefield 2, but for people wanting a sequel and a Battlefield 3. So let's go over to Windows Central, who says, "We want to get the gang back together. Star Wars Battlefront 2 devs says that they'd come back as player counts skyrocket. Fans clamor for Battlefront 3 after Andor." And this is written by Brendan Lowry, who says, "Thanks to May the 4th, Andor and Star Wars Battlefront 2 is making a huge comeback." In the midst of a huge Star Wars Battlefront 2 resurgence, an ex-DICE developer that worked on the game says he and several of his former colleagues would come back to the series if given an opportunity. The comment comes from Matt Helmholm, a developer that first worked on 2015 Star Wars Battlefront reboot and the 2017 sequel as a quality assurance analyst before serving as an associate producer on the latter's 2019 Celebration Edition and its upgrade that added hundreds of new cosmetics to the Battlefield-style multiplayer shooter. When someone asked which developer said they'd come back to Battlefront on Reddit, Holmes said the following: "Me, and having heard around my group of ex-colleagues, we want to get the gang back together." It's a statement that only adds further fuel to the roaring comeback that Battlefront 2 is making right now, with the game regularly climbing to player counts as high as 7,000 to 9,000 players and hitting a recent peak of 9,292 on Steam, according to Steam's DB data. That may not seem like a lot compared to the tens of thousands of concurrent players that newer titles get, but for Battlefront 2, it's huge. For context, since breaking past 10,000 players in January 2021, the 2017 shooter has managed to hit a player count of 5,000 only one time. And that's just Steam. Battlefront 2 is also available on EA app, the Epic Game Store, Series X and S, Xbox One, PS5, PS4, and can be played by anyone with EA Play subscription, including in the PC and Ultimate tier of the Xbox Game Pass. Fans are undoubtedly playing on those platforms as well, though there's no official way to track those numbers, according to popular creator Battlefront Updates. A reliable source says the game's total concurrent player count across all of them has risen as high as 160,000 recently, though that seems a little too good to be true. The reason for the resurgence has largely been attributed to a series of events and releases generating significant interest in the Star Wars franchise, including this month's May the 4th Be With You celebrations, the new themed Galactic Battle season in Fortnite, and critically acclaimed Season 2 of the TV show Andor. It's been widely regarded as one of the best pieces of Star Wars media ever produced. All of the hype has led fans flocking back Battlefront 2 and clamoring for a sequel on social media, with the hashtag #MakeBattlefront3 and Battlefront 3 hashtags currently trending. Even Andor actor Muhammad Ben Amour, William Peake lent his voice to the cause, commenting in an Instagram story that Star Wars got to give us Battlefront 3 ASAP, and that he grew up with Battlefront 2, been a veteran since day one. Let's hope Battlefront 3 happens. So I think that's enough from that article. You get the idea. Battlefront 3 is coming back in a huge way. Are you playing it? Have you, strapped the Stormtrooper helmet or Rebel helmet back on, gotten out there? I'm going to download it again after this video. I'm going to play it this weekend. And, I do think with this kind of interest, something that we've rarely seen, where it's like possible that more people are going to play the game now, 8 years after the release. It's kind of exciting, kind of rare, and you kind of want to be part of this gaming moment, this moment in gaming history, so you can look back and tell the story and be like, I was there, I played, I maybe even helped the people at EA be convinced that a Battlefront 3 would be worth it. So we'll see what happens, but again, are you playing? Are you a part of this? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, please subscribe to our main channel, which is where you get everything, which has video, essays, and game reviews on it. And then where you get sports is a sports channel, much like this one, but with sports. And our podcasting channel, Better Radio. I'm Brian. I'm a fake nerd. This has been some real news. We'll see you in the next one.